We got a lot going on today. We got baseball, football, soccer, almost tennis, ice hockey, playoffs, Lamar, everything. Let's go. Thank you for tuning in to the NY to MD podcast. Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrod. We are here on StreamYard and YouTube. Please subscribe and like. We're also on Facebook, IG, Twitter, and of course, we're on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, and Stitcher apps. You will find NY to MD podcast. B, what's good?
What's going on, man? It seems like it's been forever, man.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. You gallivanting across the country.
I know, right?
I'm seeing the fams.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So we're trying to. I'm all choked up for some reason.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully that medicine kicks in a second, and I'll stop coughing. But yeah, you were gone. We didn't get a chance to do everything we'd like to do. But how was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah, man. Thanksgiving was great, man. Until I came back. But other than that, yeah, Thanksgiving was just good, man. And yeah, now I know travel on Thanksgiving Day, man. That's all I gotta say.
Travel on the holiday.
Yeah,
I think that works.
Yeah, man. Empty airports.
Yeah, mine. It's mine. Yeah, mine. That's what you got to.
Oh man,
you got to travel on Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah. No, man, but it was good, man. It was good, man. I don't know, you had a good one too, man.
Oh yeah, family. You know, the food was exquisite this year for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I mean, mine normally is, of course, but everybody's was like on point. Like there wasn't like a dish that wasn't like, well, we're not trying that this year. Like every dish was tried, was eaten, was satisfying. So it was definitely good. A good Thanksgiving. Everybody, no one complained. There was no complaints. People woke up, watched the parade.
Yes.
No one had an issue. Like, we're going to watch this every year. No one said that. Everybody's happy. Santa came out. Big roar of applause in the room.
Yeah.
It was like, wow. And then what came on? Something came on at 11. I feel it was a World Cup match. I forgot. Something came on at 11 too. So we had that going on in another room. So it was a good day. It was a great day.
The Westminster Dog Show. What about that? Do you watch that?
I usually do. I didn't this year.
Okay.
Because I usually get upset because they just pick dogs I don't care about. It's always like some basset hound or, just some. When I see the dogs that I like the hound group. So of course my Egyptian Pharaoh hound. My favorite dog, sorry, Max. Favorite breed of dog, I should say. And the thing was beautiful to me. Never even makes it into like the top 5. It's always like
Well, last year they
beagle. It's a beagle usually wins.
Yeah, but last year, a pug. I think they had pugs very high up. I was like, okay.
Yeah, sometimes they have pugs. But I just feel like the judges just kind of have their mindset on the dogs. I don't know what differentiates the dogs, but it's like, and they're experts for a reason, I guess. But I'm like, it's the same ones, yo. It's like the college football playoff. Can we just not? It's almost like the Beagle is Alabama. You know what I mean? Like, does he always have to be in the Final Four? I mean, what about the working group? What about these other dogs? Won't they have a chance?
Hey man, I don't mind Snoopy. Being in the finals.
Yeah, but not every year. It's like every year they stay in the same group, and whatever. Let a Weineraumer win. You know what I'm saying? let one of those Commodores win. The joint that had the dreads. I mean, how many dogs have dreads naturally?
Right.
Come on now. It's a Rasta dog. Why is that not winning?
Oh man.
It's ridiculous. The Caribou Terriers are awesome. They never win.
Listen to this guy.
Dobermans, I don't care about that. I don't like Dobermans or German Shepherd. But there's some beautiful dogs that are there. Anyway. So no, I didn't watch it this year. So I don't know which
Yeah, man. Wow, I didn't realize you were that
passionate about. Yeah,
Yeah.
this,
I asked you this question in passing, and you've been.
well, you know me. I watch anything that's on TV. Basically, that's a sporting event.
I know, right?
Or a competition, and I'm surprised I wasn't watching like pickleball tournaments. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, man.
We missed a lot. We got a lot to talk about. So I guess we got to start with what happened today. So I'll start with what happened today.
All right, what happened today?
Because we'll talk about what happened yesterday, mostly too. But so the U.S. men who made it into the quarterfinals. Are you? It's not. No. See, it blends in. It blends in. That's why. That's what happens. It blends in, so it may look like it's longer than what it is. Just in case everybody know, I'm answering one of our viewers there, Mr. Daggy, a super Finn fan Foom over there. So yeah, no, but I wouldn't mind that. It would be pretty cool if I could do that. He was also like part of the Canadian stuff, so I wouldn't mind that. Anyway, so the U.S. men's team who made the quarterfinals beat Iran this past week. The World Cup started. We didn't even get to talk about it because
I know.
So there's a couple questions and a couple things we're going to ask you as a novice, so to speak, of soccer, who only watches soccer basically during the World Cup, which is how I was.
It's called football. Get it right.
No, it's soccer here. Okay, soccer. So, and if we won, we could have called the whole thing soccer. No way what was anybody going to say, but since we didn't. But yeah, we actually went through the group stage undefeated. We had one win, two draws. Our first game was against Wales. It was 1-1. Should have won that one, but a bad foul in the last, gave up a penalty to Gareth Bale, who converted it for 1-1. We played England great. We actually probably should have won that game against England. A great game, 0-0 draw. And then we had Iran, which it was the winner go home. And it was a tough game, and we won. So it set up a game this week, or today, I should say, against the Netherlands, the Dutch, Holland. They got 7 names in one color. There's orange. So they're number 8 in the world. Honestly, we should have kind of won that game. We had them on the front foot. Pulisic had 3 minutes in. Christian Pulisic had a wonderful opportunity to score, didn't. After that, it was kind of downhill, but we lost 3-1. And the reason we lost was due to lack of experience, lack of big game experience, so to speak, and finishing. And we're just just having a young team. So because since I watch soccer all the time, honestly, the way they scored in the Netherlands, their first 2 goals, dudes were just open chilling. And guys were not marking them and missed their spots twice. And when you have world-class dudes like Memphis Depay and Danny Blinn just sitting there chilling, and they get to go in the box with no one around them, and because our keeper is top-notch, and Matty Turner is top-notch, not just because he plays for Arsenal, but he is a top-notch goal. And he couldn't even, those things weren't nowhere near where he could get to. So, then those are our first goals we gave up in open play, honestly. So we tried a little bit harder second. We got another opportunity we should have when the goalie keeper came out. Haji hit his first touch was horrific. Took him past the goalkeeper and just took him too far. And the Netherlands saved it off the line. And then somehow he got one off the end of his foot. I don't know how that one got in.
Dude.
That was just lucky. So we were 2-1. So we're battling back, just hoping we're going to do it. And third goal, again, dude was standing waving in the box.
Wide open.
Waving. Like, hey. Or whatever they say in Dutch. I don't know. I don't know Dutch. So they're just waving, just chilling. Like, yo, I'm over here chilling. So he passed it right over to him. Bam. Same place. Same thing. Guy, just people not communicating. 3-1. So, and all that being said, we have a young team. A lot of those guys are going to be back. I didn't agree with some of what Burkhalter, our coach, did with substitutions and how he kind of played. And I feel like there's a difference between a coach for Netherlands, Louis van Gaal, who has coached. He's 71, coached his whole life. He coached Manchester United. He's coached the biggest clubs in the Netherlands. He's coached all over the world. The dude is a world-class coach. And I think he totally orchestrated how this game was going to go over the experience of our coach. So, but that being said, I'm proud of Tyler Adams. Our midfield is great. I love MMA. Adams, I started with Adams, but McKenzie, Musa, and Adams, and those guys in the next 4 years are just going to just get better because they're all still young. And the only thing we got to do, honestly, is find a center forward, someone who can score on his own, someone who sits up front and can get goals for us. So, but I'm proud of the team. It was fun. I'm a little bit disappointed because I feel like we could have gone a little bit further, but it was definitely a good run. So for you, for someone who really doesn't watch soccer as much, and I don't watch during the World Cup, how was it watching the United States games? And were you end up watching other games as well?
So yeah, the only time I really watch soccer is when the U.S. playing the World Cup or like in the Olympics, and I was into it, man. Like I was so upset that I couldn't see the Iran game, the USA Iran. But yeah, man, I watched every other game. I was into it. This game, it was exciting, honestly. Even when we went down, like I felt like this is the game I had been waiting to see them play. I felt like the first two games I watched or matches I watched, whatever, I felt like they weren't playing aggressive enough. I felt like they were, just playing very passive. This game, they weren't. And even though they had to me, this was like a game of like missed chances, man.
Yes.
Like we should have I felt like we should have beat them.
Yeah.
I do. Like so many point blank missed goals, opportunities. Man, it was disappointing. But I was way more excited about this game. Not excited about, but this game was more exciting than the first two because I feel like their style of play changed, and maybe it was because they were behind. I don't know, but to me this was, even when they were down 2-0, man, I was still into it. Like
but I felt also they still had a chance, right?
Yeah, I felt like they still had a shot because of the way they were playing, and they did, but they just had so many missed opportunities. But
yeah, well, stats wise, we had 58% possession, there 42. They had 11 shots, 6 on goal. We had 17 shots and 8 on goal. So it's about finishing, and that's the one issue. One of the issues, excuse me. I'm getting choked up again. Those are one of the issues that we've had that we can't seem to get past, and we need to. And that's where having that number 9, that main striker, that's what hurts.
Yeah,
that's what hurts. So,
yeah.
But I'm still proud. I'm glad you watched. Now go ahead.
To answer your question, I did watch Morocco, Saudi Arabia. I watched a little bit of that. I watched a little bit of France. I forgot who they were playing, but I think I'm going to watch. I may watch some of the other games. Yeah, I may watch some France, Poland. I might watch that.
Yeah, I think that's a tricky game because they're both European. They play each other a lot. Excuse me, man. I can't get myself together. I'm trying to. And I think Switzerland, the Switzerland game. I forgot who they play. Spain? Is it Spain? Hold on a second. Well, tomorrow really is France, Poland, and England, Senegal. Rooting for Senegal, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Portugal, Switzerland. I think that game. Switzerland has a good team. They have a good team. I know Ronaldo can try to will his team to win, but again, 2 European teams that played each other before. Switzerland is sneaky good, and I think they could maybe upset and beat Portugal in that one. Poland. France should win. Poland again is one of those teams that have played France before, so they're not going to go in there with any kind of fear. So that's going to be a good one. Senegal probably going to lose. They're missing their best player, Sadio Mane. That's really going to hurt them. He's their main goal scorer. He's played all these guys because he played in England before he just moved to Bayern Munich. But he would be the difference maker for the African champions. Japan, Croatia, both solid teams defensively. Brazil, South Korea, Brazil. I know they're dealing with injuries, but they're deep enough. They should be able to put South Korea away. And Tuesday is the Morocco, Spain. Spain should win that. Morocco does have a lot of professionals. Another sneaky, weird game. I mean, and the crazy thing about this World Cup is that all these games have been competitive and close. There's been upsets. I mean, there was one point on Thursday or Friday that Spain and Germany, who was eliminated in the group stage, were out at the same time. So both Spain and Germany were eliminated in like a 3-minute span. Excuse me. And Portugal and Switzerland. Excuse me, everybody. So, but yeah, of course I want to keep watching. But Brazil and France are still the strongest team, so we'll see.
Okay.
Woo. All right.
All right, man. Yeah.
So, speaking of things that get me choked up, let's talk about Jacob.
Yeah.
So yesterday got a little text, phone's going crazy. Don't know what's going on. I'm like, why is my phone going crazy?
None from me, by the way.
No, yeah, because you've just been silent the last couple of days. We just trying
to.
Yeah,
but I didn't even want to touch this one, yo.
Yeah, well, no good, because so Jacob DeGrom, former pitcher for the New York Metropolitans, has decided to leave to sign a lucrative deal with a team in a state that I can't stand. So no, he's not going to the Astros. So that's a good thing, because man, imagine if he went to the Astros. Excuse me. Man, get myself together. He's going to the Rangers. Well, not only is he going to the Rangers, but he's going to the Rangers on a 5-year, 185, I believe that's right.
Yeah.
Deal to pitch for the Texas Rangers. The New York Metropolitans did offer him a 3-year, 120, which is 40 mil a season, which is more,
right,
on average per year than the Texas one. The Texas one, more years, and I think they have a option for a 6th year. He is currently 34 years old. So the question is, was I upset by this? And the answer is no.
Oh.
I was not upset, because I felt like if you're going to go sign with Texas, you're leaving for the money. You're not leaving to win. Maybe I could be looking at it wrong, but we offer you 3 years, 120. And I'm sure there's may have been an option in there, which is more per year, less years, but more per year, because you're 34. We know who you are. We like you. You've been injured. But 40 mil a year, it's not bad for 3 years. But I guess he wanted that more of those guarantees. And he got it from Texas. But Texas has been sorry forever, for the most part. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I think the Mets absolutely did the right thing on this one, man. 34-year-old, you know me, dude. You know how I feel. I don't feel like these contracts are worth it, especially for fragile pitchers. And for as good as Jacob DeGrom is, he is a fragile pitcher. He's fragile in the sense that he's been hurt. He gets hurt, pretty easily. I mean, he's never had any, nothing like season ending, not like Strasburg or anything, but he's starting to miss significant amounts of time, man. And
he missed most of last season.
Right.
I mean, he didn't start till like July.
Right. Exactly. So he's going to be hurt. And the only reason why I'm saying he's going to get hurt again is because he's 34. You know what I mean? He's 34. He'll be fine, but no, 185 million. No, dude, you cannot pay
5 years.
you cannot pay these pitchers that kind of money. You do not pay a 34-year-old pitcher with injury history 185 million dollars a year. So look, I mean
It's
it's
185 a year, but yeah.
it's about 36 million a year, but 185 million guaranteed. But anyway, look, man, it's gonna suck because he's a long-time Met, one of the all-time Met greats. But I think this is a good move for the. I shouldn't say a good move for the Mets, but I think this will be one of those signings that you. This is one of those things that you're glad you didn't do. The Mets glad they didn't sign this guy.
I don't know. Yeah, glad is a term I wouldn't really use. I think it'd be more like it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like if he stayed, I don't blame them for not offering him 5 years. I know there's a lot of Mets fans who are very distraught and upset because he's our last guy from that vaunted pitching staff, and he was like the one no one thought would be the best out of, honestly.
Right.
And he was by far, and he's the best pitcher. Probably him and Tom Seaver are two best pitchers we've ever had. And yeah, I know we had Pedro, but I mean, like, as Mets. So, and now he's gone. He's gone to freaking Texas. Like, I don't know. I guess I just feel like it's like an A-Rod deal.
Yeah.
Like, that's where the money is, and that's where I'm going. And I'm like,
and Texas has spent these, last offseason and now this offseason, they spent tons of money on free agents. None of those contracts that they spent these money, the contracts that they spent this money on have panned out. And I don't think this is going to pan out.
Well, we had Corey Seager he did okay in his first season, right?
Okay, yeah, he may have did it.
But again, they were like, what, 60-something, 90?
Yeah, I just don't think this is going to pan out. And when I say glad, I mean one of those. It's like it's going to be one of those things where after you see, in my opinion, how he'll perform over these next 5 years, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm glad we didn't spend that money and got this type of production.
Honestly, I'm just glad that that's just a lot of money. We were already over a certain point. Now we can focus on other people.
Yeah.
And just make the team as a whole better. And it is what it is. So I don't hold it against anybody anymore. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. So speaking of what you want to do, how about Kyle Gibson signing a 1-year deal with the Orioles?
See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, man. When I saw this deal, this pissed me off.
What? Why?
Because it's the same old Orioles. I told you before, I want them to spend money. So here's what they did. They didn't accept the option for Jordan Lyles, who had a really good season for the Orioles. But you could have had him for $11 million for another year. So they decided to go the cheap route and take this dude whose stats are way worse. And he only signed him for 1 year. You could have kept Jordan Lyles and just paid him the $11 million. What are you shaking your head for?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was something else. I did. Tampa trying to redevelop their field and get a new stadium. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's just they're being cheap. Stop being cheap. Spend some money.
So I thought you were going to be happy with this.
Why?
I didn't know. I mean, they're signing somebody.
No, I want them to spend real money and get real players in here.
Yeah. I mean, you could have had the ground for $185.
No, I don't want them to spend. No.
You don't want them to spend that money.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So
this just shows that they're still on. This is exactly what I thought was going to happen. They're not spending real money. They're not buying real free agents.
Well, it's still a lot of free agency left. So hopefully, right now, I guess they have a failing grade. Hopefully, like us. Hopefully, it'll get better as the free agency goes on.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, well, let's hope. Let's just hope. Let's hope for the best on both sides.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of hoping for the best, that's what Ohio State fans were doing recently after they got shellacked at home by Michigan, or as they call it, the team up north. They got just taken behind the woodshed, so to speak. And that knocked them out of the top 4. They dropped down from 3 to 5 and entered USC. Well, lo and behold, there's championship games to play, right?
Yeah.
So there's championship games to play, which Ohio State does not have to play because they lost to Michigan, so they're not going to represent the whatever side of the Big Ten it is. I don't know what they call it. So Michigan's going to go to that. So Ohio State's hoping for, what you guessed it, chaos. Because that's what most people hope for, just chaos.
Right.
So USC and Utah gave USC their only loss during the season was a game in Utah, in Salt Lake City, earlier in the year, 2-point loss to by USC. And they played last night in, I think, Las Vegas. The game was in Las Vegas, Allegiant Field. And let's just say it wasn't pretty. And it was a blowout, and probably nobody saw that blowout happening, especially on that side, but that's exactly what happened, and they laid them out. Utah, who was down 17-3, by the way, in the first quarter, came back to just whoop up on SC. Now, their quarterback, his quarterback played hurt the rest of the game. He got hurt in the first quarter. Was not the same. And Utah took advantage of that and just whooped on them. So USC, which was ranked 4th, probably, in all likelihood, we'll find out new tomorrow on ESPN, will probably drop down, and Ohio State will get into that 4th spot. But there's more. Because you know what? There's championship games.
Right.
So number 10, Kansas State, was playing the championship game against number 3 and undefeated, the Horned Frogs of TCU. A little purple on purple action. I know you like when the Vikings play the Ravens. I know that excites you. And lo and behold, in overtime, Kansas State came out the victors 31-28 over TCU.
Wow.
TCU ranked number 3 currently. Now they're 12-1. Do they fall a little bit further? What's the matchups going to be? We know Ohio State's going to be in. But sneaking in the weeds, like they normally do, not poisoning trees, but sneaking in the weeds is a 2-loss perennial playoff team in Alabama.
And
right in the weeds. Nick Saban already out there putting out press conferences saying we had a 3-game winning streak at the end of the season. We probably should be
get off my TV screen, Nick Saban.
So we'll see what happens. So chaos has ensued. I think no matter what happens the rest of the night, I don't care if Michigan wins or loses. I feel like they're fine because they're number 2. They're 12-0. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What do you think tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time? Who are going to be the 4 teams in the playoff?
I have no idea. I really don't know. Let's see. I think. Well, we know Georgia, Michigan are locks. Ohio.
Oh yeah, Georgia had a championship game, but that was 50-30. So
so Georgia and Michigan are locks. Ohio State should sneak in there, and I think TCU is going to stay in the number 4. They're going to stay. They're going to stay in the top 4.
Okay. So, do you think there'll be 3 or 4?
Say what?
Or you think TCU in losing, you think they're going to fall from 3 or 4?
It'll be 4.
All right. So, it'll be 4. Michigan is currently number 2. So, you put Ohio State where?
Oh, shoot.
You see. You will see what happened in here. Come on, say you're on the committee, Brian. What say you?
Michigan, okay, Michigan stays at 2 no matter what happens.
Yeah, you can't. Georgia won 50-30. You can't jump over Georgia.
Yeah, well, right. That's well. I'm not
Yeah,
even
Georgia's won.
about Georgia. That's a given. But
Yeah, Georgia's won.
I feel like even if Michigan loses, they're going to be 2.
Yeah, well, especially because TCU lost.
Right.
So that helps.
Right. They're going to. Ohio State will be 3 because you don't want Michigan and Ohio State to play each other in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, you would if they're number 3 and Michigan's number 2.
Oh, really? Oh, shoot.
What kind of numbers are you doing here, buddy?
Dude, I don't know.
So I'm saying because they ain't got the cojones to do it, is 1 Georgia, 2 Michigan, 3 TCU, 4 Ohio State.
Yes, I agree.
Because they don't have the brass ones. The flip flop and put Michigan against Ohio State in the first round of a playoff.
They're not going to do
that. My God.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah,
they should do it. I want to see it, but they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. They ain't got it. They ain't got it. They ain't got it.
I don't want to see it.
They ain't got it.
We just
now, I don't think TCU, who had the toughest strength of schedule out of the top 4, losing this game again. It was in overtime. It's not like they got blown out like USC got blown out. I still think they're gonna stay where they are, and again, their first loss of the season. I think Ohio State's going to come in at number 4.
Okay.
So, and I still don't think Alabama does not have a chance to make it.
No. Please get Nick Saban off of my freaking TV screen right now. How come I'm watching Michigan Purdue and all I'm seeing is Nick Saban? Get him off my freaking screen.
Oh, I'm not watching. Is he? What is he doing? Oh, no, because he said he wants Alabama to as a college football player. He's politicking.
Get him off. Why do we have to see this, dude?
So, question: how on a scale of 1 to 10, if Alabama comes in at number 4 on that, because that's the highest they could go if they ever got it, and TCU is out, how would you feel about that?
Dude, I might have to boycott the I'm serious. I don't think I can watch, yo. If I swear, I swear, if I see Alabama, coming in number 4, I'm not watching. I'm not. I can't, yo. I can't.
Well, 2 reasons why you're not going to see Alabama.
Okay.
Number 1, they don't deserve to be there. That's really the main one. And number 2, you're really going to do that to Georgia.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Now, the ratings, excuse me. Just imagine, though, the ratings would be insane. So just imagine 1 and 4, Georgia, Alabama in the Peach, whatever it is, the Peach Bowl, and Michigan, Ohio State.
Oh, shoot.
Those games for the teams to go to the final.
That would be insane.
Everybody would be, well, everybody except for Alabama, Ohio State, because they're just very happy to be in there. But Michigan and Georgia would be heated.
That would be effing insane, dude.
So, I mean, if they really want to shake up the world, that's what they'll do. So we'll see.
They better not, dude.
Listen, as long as I watch college football, crazier things have happened.
Yeah. But
in saying crazier things have happened, in 2 years, you'll get your dumb, stupid, overrated, crappy 12-team playoff. I hate it. I ain't going to like it. Not going to like it ever. The one thing I did find, which I don't like, which I just don't like this whole thing anyway, is the 4th highest Power 5 conference winner will get a bye in the top 4 seeds. So, say for instance, like this year it'd be Clemson, excuse me, because they're ranked higher than TCU. And who won the pack? And Utah. Yeah, and Utah. Is that right? Yeah. So they would be ranked. Yeah, they'd be ranked fourth. I don't like that. I don't think you should get a bye because that means other teams who are higher than you
That doesn't make any
are
sense.
playing. Exactly, but that's
Why,
what they're doing.
why doesn't it just go by who's ranked? The top 4 ranked teams should get the bye.
Yeah, that's not how they're going to do it.
What?
Yeah, because when I saw it when I sent you the rankings. I think I saw on TV. I was a little bit confused myself. I'm like, 1 Georgia, 2 Michigan, 3 I don't know whatever it was. Maybe it was TCU at the time. Because before it was yesterday, so before they played today, and 4 was Clemson. And I'm like, why is Clemson 4 when they're ranked 9th? But then they explained to it that the team on the Power 5, the highest one gets the number 4 seed. I don't like it. I don't. Huh?
That's not cool.
No, it doesn't make sense to me. That's why if you're like they're ranked 9th, why would you go ahead of a team that's 6th?
Honestly, if you're gonna have playoffs like this, then why even bother, man? That's whack. Like that's weak. So that makes absolutely no sense. Why are you penalizing a higher ranked team?
Because they didn't win their conference. It's like Dan. I was talking to Dan, and Dan was saying, like in the NFL, which I still don't understand. You win a conference, no matter what your record, you're hosting a playoff game. When I still am against that.
You win your division.
Yeah. I'm sorry, not the conference. Yes, when you win your division, you host a game. When I feel like winning your division should just get you in the playoffs. That's automatic. You're in the playoffs.
No, I disagree. So
why?
because I think it means something to win. You need
you make the playoffs.
Can I talk, please? You cut me off.
I just said one thing, so just calm down.
You need an incentive to win your division. What they should do, and this is what can I talk?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Make your nonsensical.
This is, and I've proposed this for years. If there is ever a team that does not win their division, that has like okay, so in other words, the first 3 all right, so there are 4 teams, there are 4 divisions in each conference, right? So if you're the 4th ranked conference division winner, right? And there is a team with a better record than you, then you should not play. You should not get that home game. The team with the higher record should, but I think it should only go for the first for that last conference. So in other words, I mean for that last division winner. So because the first the divisions, what am I trying to say? It's late, man. I can't talk tonight.
Usually wake.
No,
it's not. No, it's not in the morning.
No, it's not in the morning. No, but basically, I've always thought that the division winner who comes in 4th with the 4th best record, right? If they're, like I said, if their record is worse than if someone has a higher record than them, then they should get the home game.
Well, basically, like when Washington was 7-9.
Right.
Yeah, so, that was my point.
Right. So, but I only think it should work though for the 4th worst one, because I mean for the 4th worst division winner. So say like for instance, say if Kansas City goes 14-3, Buffalo goes 13-4, let's say the Ravens go 11-6, right? And then you have the South, and let's say somebody goes 9-7, but then you have the Dolphins, right, who go 11-6. Well, why are you going to make the Dolphins go at Tennessee when they have a better record? Since Tennessee had the worst record, and this is all, of course, speculation, but since Tennessee had the worst record of all the division winners, then they should go on the road, and Miami should have a home game. And that's how. And just like in the NFC right now, Tampa has a 5-6 record, and they're winning their division. But what about but if the Giants make the playoffs, or no, the Commanders make the playoffs, and they go 11-6, why should they have to go to Tampa? Why
That
would
was, yeah, that was my whole issue. Like with Seattle. Remember Seattle
right,
had and what? New Orleans had 10 wins. They were like 10-6.
right,
And New Orleans was like 7-9, and they had to travel all the way up to New Orleans. I mean, up to Seattle and lose that game
yeah,
because they definitely have a home field advantage in that place.
yeah.
That to me was never fair. That's what I'm saying. I never really understood that. Like your guarantee should be you win your division, you get into the playoffs.
But I
And it shouldn't be hosting a game if you're in that disadvantage of a 7-9. If your record is because you're already keeping a team that's better than you usually out of the playoffs, right? Because they didn't make it because you won the division and because your record sucks. So, but you shouldn't have also the advantage of hey, we won, so we get to host a game.
But that's why under my plan, it's more fair because I feel like that's why. But I've always have thought that. But I think it is good to have division winners automatically get a home game, except if you are the worst division winner in that conference and someone has a better record. I don't think that's fair, and that's how. But I think it should only be the worst division winner. I think it should only be the 1-4, or the team of all the division winners that have the worst record. If they don't have a record that's better than someone that they should be playing, they should play on the road. But I think it should only be that one.
Yeah, but that's how it usually works out, though. You know what I mean? It's usually not too many. Like there's not too many. Like say what are we playing? 17 games now. It's like there's usually not two division winners during like 9-8 or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Usually everybody's a little bit better, but there's always that one outlier that's like in the NFC South currently, where again they're going to sit there and host somebody that they shouldn't. But that was always just my issue. But I also don't like it in college football where you won the ACC, but if you're ranked 9th, and why should you be ahead of the 7th?
I don't like that. I don't like.
How do you get a week off?
I don't like that, man.
I don't
know. That's not cool.
But anyway, it's coming down the pike. It'll be here in 2 years.
All right. Well, can't wait. So
yeah, I can. I really can. But it is here, so we gotta deal with it. Playoffs. All right. So speaking of being angry about things, because I've been angry about a lot. We'll get into our picks and stuff. But you're a quarterback. Tweeted out a response, I guess. He was talking to somebody on Twitter. We know how Twitter is these days. And there was a little vulgarity going on. Was he stuck down at the flea market? What happened? What happened with Lamar?
Yeah, man, he was upset about that loss. Very frustrated about losing to the Jaguars. Somebody came after him on Twitter. Not really came after him, but pretty much said, they shouldn't pay him $250 million guaranteed or $300 million guaranteed, whatever he said. They should let Lamar walk so they could build a better, well-rounded team. Lamar took offense to it. Pretty much, called the dude the MFer, said he should eat certain things, and
he turned into KD real quick.
Yeah, did he? Yeah, such a bad look, man. Just show the lack of maturity. He's very into social media, but pretty much just stay off, especially after a loss. You probably don't want to go on Twitter right away. But it was poor judgment, poor choice of words. I think some people are trying to say it was some anti-gay slurs. I think that was, what he said was anti-gay. I think that was really a stretch. I don't think that's what he was.
No, that had nothing to do with anything.
I don't think he was going after a group of people when he said that.
No, not at all.
But I mean, it just shows a total lack of maturity, total lack of judgment, totally embarrassing. Just not a good look. So, I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully, he's learned his lesson. He gave an apology yesterday, I guess. I mean, I hate the apologies when people say, "Yeah, I'm sorry if I offended anyone." Dude, just say you're sorry. it's not if you offended, dude. Apologize for what you did, dude. That's all. But nah, it is what it is. Hopefully he learned his lesson. Hopefully you don't have to worry about this type of stuff no more. What were your thoughts on it?
Um, I feel honestly, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of a whole bunch of sports. I honestly feel like social media for athletes is just a bad thing. Again, it's good for you to promote some stuff. I feel like maybe you need to have somebody that might. Some people just don't even listen to the comments that they're tagged in. They'll just post, "Hey, I'm going to go eat ice cream," or "Had a bad game." They don't pay attention to stuff. As we know, people like KD and other people do. But there's people out there who, as we know, have Twitter strength. And kind of like Kanye had this week talking about Chris Paul. That's a whole other story. I'm not. How can I put it? What he did was wrong. How he responded was incorrect.
Absolutely.
Totally have no issue with that. But I also feel like fans, while they can say some things, you can't do what this guy does. I'm not saying you can't have an opinion, because you can. But I feel like when I always hear these stories of football players, fans yelling at these people, talking about their families and people that just passed away, and fans just take it to a level that's ridiculous. Like I don't like Michael Irvin. Everybody knows that. I'm not talking about I can boo you, say I don't like you, go home, you stink. I'm fine with that. Nah, your kids suck, you suck. We don't like it's just like, this guy ain't ish. I don't even know why we have him in the first place. Let him go. But you weren't saying that when he's trying to save your ass during all these multiple times with no wide receivers, right?
Right. So
I don't know.
So what are you saying? What does that have to do with?
No, I just feel like there's only so much. I feel like, again, so social media is bad for athletes. There's only so much if you're on there extensively that fans, athletes, I feel like can take. I feel like they can respond. They just can't respond the way he did. I don't mind them responding. They should. They can. It's an open forum.
Right.
But also I do feel like fans come at them the wrong way a lot of the time, and it's ridiculous to me in some ways. But no, he was wrong. You can't say that he wasn't. I can't, but again, it's probably got to a point where he was fed up and he couldn't take it.
Yeah, you just got to
respond.
You gotta be smarter than that.
You gotta walk away. But he's an emotional guy.
Yeah. Now I will give Lamar credit in the sense that this guy has taken a lot. You know what I'm saying? He has heard stuff about him since college. You know what I'm saying? So since college, since he's been in the NFL, so he could have clapped back and said some things a whole lot, and he hasn't. He's held his tongue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I felt like it was built up, and especially this season, because it's again the still first place team, by the way.
Right.
But I don't think he felt like he's performed, because of course he's harder on himself than everybody else, and I don't think he feels like maybe he's performed to the level that he would like to.
Yeah,
and that's frustrating. It's like, say the U.S. men's team lost today. You know how many people tweeting at Pulisic like, "Oh, you suck. Why didn't you, score that first goal?" Like, he got us here.
Right.
That dude went in head first into the goalkeeper, got hurt, and scored the winning goal for us to get to this point. But today he sucks, and you don't like him and whatever, and his breath stinks, whatever else you want to say.
That's stupid.
Like, seriously, that's why I'm like, I'm glad I'm not in the public figure.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I learned my lesson that one time I tweeted somebody who did some in England, and I didn't know, and I was like, and I'm like, yo, this guy, and I tagged him in it. I was like, he should be fired. And the dude in English cursed me out. I was like, I did lose my job. And I read it in English because that's what it sounded like. Tea and crumpets and all this Doctor Who, and he was angry, and I was like, well, people do read stuff.
Yeah.
So Did I deserve it? Maybe. He don't know me, but I did say he deserved to get fired, and he did. And he called me some names on his way out. So, I mean, what's to say? So,
Yeah. Here's the big lesson in all this, and I wish people would heed this advice or just learn this lesson. You're never going to win a social media battle. Never, never, ever. You're never going to win, no matter
no,
what you
not
do.
actually. Nope, not at all.
Whatever what you post, whatever what you say, you're not going to win. So don't even engage in that type of behavior, dude. Maybe he was just blowing off some steam, but just don't even engage.
Yeah, and this is like the first time. It's not like he has a Kevin Durant track record.
Well, he did go off on Bernard, not go off, but he had the whole exchange. Remember earlier in the year with Bernard Pollard when Bernard Pollard was saying some stuff about him, but you remember the whole thing earlier this year when they just kept going back and he got
But it was between them two, though, right?
right.
That's fine. That's personal. It is what it is.
Yeah, I had no problem with that.
Yeah.
Bernard Pollard's been going after Lamar for years, yo. He just couldn't take it anymore. But he wasn't as vulgar as he was this time.
Yeah, this one was
Yeah, this one was a lot. But no, it's all good. Just stay off. Look, Lamar, just wait a little bit before you get back on social media, especially after a heated loss, a tough loss like that, man.
Yeah.
Just chill out.
So speaking of curse words.
Hmm? The heck is that?
Exactly.
Hold on. I can't see it. Hold on, let me see. Dude, what's going on?
That's the Sean Taylor Memorial that they
Okay.
have down at FedEx Field. It was
Why does he not have any arms or legs? What the hell?
because he's in. That's his jersey over a mannequin.
There's a mannequin there?
There's a mannequin. It's you can't. It has black wires.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the jersey is over the black wires. So say you have a mannequin.
Wait a minute. Dude, they couldn't have
Done anything else better than this?
that's
Anything? Anything?
this is their is this for real?
This is for real. This is not a joke.
And they
No,
have it encased in glass and
Oh, like nobody could touch it or should touch it or want to.
this is
What
pathetic.
is that?
This is pathetic, dude.
This is what I got to deal with.
This is oh my
Again,
god.
the family was like, "Oh, well, thank you," and it was beautiful. But fans, me, heated
What is this is how you chose to memorialize Sean Taylor?
with a mannequin.
Dude, I don't even want to call this a mannequin. It looks like they took a couple coat hangers and made arms and legs out of them. Like,
This is what I have an issue with. Where does this? I don't think this is a good idea to put his old jersey, whatever it is, non-matching jersey, over a wire mannequin. Who? Oh, that's a great idea. What? How? Why? When? All the missteps he's actually done, like with the Brian Robinson thing. He actually did that okay until he didn't. The way they were treating Sean's memory, they were doing a great job until they didn't. And this is what you have?
I'm so confused right now.
Don't be confused. Just be angry. Just be angry.
This is how they chose to memorialize Sean.
I mean,
And then they're saying they mismatched his gear, a Nike jersey, Reebok pants, and Adidas cleats.
I mean, that's what's there, dude.
I don't even.
What is that?
You know what it looks like, honestly. Oh, wait, you can't. Can you play that video by any chance?
How quickly that you heard everything that's kind of died down quick?
What is that? Hmm. I, I am so. Is that his face in?
No, there's no face in there. There's no arms. They literally have the gloves on here, by the way. I can't even, I can't even look at it.
Dude, I can see why you're upset, yo.
Like,
I don't even know what that is.
what do we do? How did this pass? I don't know who. How did it get?
Heard they could have hired me. I think I
Oh,
could
you
have.
would have drawn something way better, created something way better. And you're not even a fan of the team, but you would have that trash. You would have done a billion times. I mean, I know you and your work. You still would have put your heart and soul into it, and it would have come out 840 times, million times better than that.
That looks like they kind of just threw something together. I mean, I hate to say it.
$1 billion organization, and you decided to put a man who is memorialized and idolized by the fan base, who love him, who cried for him, who loves him, and you put it over a mannequin, and you encase it in glass. Like, that makes it, oh, now it's important because it's encased in glass. Hey, look, everybody, it's encased in glass. It's important. You know what's encased in glass? My fish. They're encased in glass.
Yo, I don't even I don't even know what to say, dude.
Dude, it is pure, unadulterated stupidity. Yeah, thank you, Daggy. Look, just put that up there. I can't even. I'm angry.
It's like they went to Dick's Sporting Goods and put this together. Like they took the mannequin from.
This is a memorial, Brian. This is supposed to be a memorial. Who does this? When have you seen a memorial look like that, dude?
So
like you couldn't get a statue?
Yo, so is the fan base like
heated, livid, upset?
Yeah. It's like yo, I had no idea about this. Like, is Dan Snyder getting heat for this?
Yeah, yes, he's getting heat for. Look at this.
I mean, it looks terrible. All right, man. We got. Let's move.
Right, let's move on. How did we do last week?
Yo, because you look upset, and I'm still kind of in disbelief.
I mean, come on, dude. How hard is it to put something nice together?
They couldn't have made. Yo, why didn't they just like make a statue of it and put it outside the stadium?
They could have hung a damn painting. I don't care. Anything was better than that.
But if you're because that's just weird. If you're going to have like. I'm just kind of confused because you don't see his face. He has no arms. He has no legs.
Oh, he has arms. They're wire arms.
Right, but but you could barely see him. That's just strange, man. It sucks because like I feel like they shortchanged Sean Taylor and his family. and the fan base. But I'm just confused. I'm confused. I'm really confused as to
Now the
what.
family to their credit, I don't know what you want to call it, but the family has come out in the statement said they're honored by it, they appreciate it, and they have no problem with it. So that's the statement from his daughter and from his brother.
Okay,
But from us, me, fan base, this is legitimate trash.
wow, Dan. He never ceases to amaze me, man. All right, man. Let's see. Let's go over our picks from last week. Well, actually, I'd rather not go over our picks from last week because you just beat me once again. You went nine.
Well, since we're at the time limit and it's late, let's just actually just go to. We don't have to go through all the things, but what were your biggest surprises from the Thanksgiving Day games on? I guess.
Man, see. Trying to think. Biggest surprises from last week. Probably the Raiders beating Seattle. Honestly, man. That
Yeah,
was a
high scoring game too.
yeah, yeah. The Jacksonville, Baltimore, that doesn't surprise me because we always struggle in Jacksonville. And yeah, the fact that we lost that game wasn't a surprise to me at all. Let's see. Steelers beating the Colts, I expected that. So yeah, that was my biggest surprise with the Raiders, man, winning in overtime. Um, beating Seattle. How about you?
The biggest thing for me, I did not see. I know it was in overtime. I didn't see that Browns Bucks game happening with the Browns winning and Bucks. I know the Bucks aren't great, but they just were horrible.
Yeah.
And I, dude, those Broncos. I, I I don't know who was at fault. Excuse me. I don't know if they're not playing the Russell strings. I don't know if Russell has any more strings. I don't know what's going on anymore. But they are pathetic. They're sad. They're like it's almost. I feel every time I see him now, all I hear is just that's right. Like the that's right. Like the soft one where he's walking away where he's like hurt inside. Sounds like that's what I feel like I hear from him. So it's and I feel like it's turning against him. Like the fan base and everybody's like, this is just almost solely his fault. You know what I mean? So it's I mean, even though their running game is trash, they lost all their running backs. They released Melvin Gordon the 15th, who's fumbled 100 times. And they are trash. So that's still surprising to me.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was it for last week.
All right, man. Well, what do you see going on this week, Hurt?
All right. Well, this week, which is crazy, which already happened. Part of it already happened. We had the Thursday game. Excuse me. Bills over New England. Which that was easy to pick. Hold on a second. I had the wrong week up. I did have the wrong week up. All right. Real quick, let's go. Tomorrow, Falcons, Steelers. Who you got?
Steelers.
I got the Steelers too. Packers. And with Aaron Rodgers, who is cleared to play, going to his home of Chicago because he owns the Bears. I think Fields has practiced all week, so I think he's playing as well. So Packers, Bears at Soldier Field. Who you got?
Dude, I'm still taking the Packers, man.
I really want to take the Bears. But I mean, Aaron has real estate. He lives in their head.
Exactly.
So I got to take the Packers. Jaguars at Lions. Who you got?
I'm gonna take the Lions, but I could easily see the Jags winning this one.
No, I think the Lions are tough at home this season, which is weird. I know they're 4-7, but Jaguars are a tough 4-7 as well. I just don't think they can win that one in a row. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I just think Detroit's gonna win.
All right.
Jets who are 4-1 away, going to Minnesota to take on the 9-2 Vikings. Who you got?
I like the Vikings at home in a close one.
I think Mike White had a great game last week. This week's gonna be a little bit tougher. Vikings are at home. I know defense travels, but I feel like they're gonna play it just a step behind. So I got the Vikings.
Do you think White Mike is the answer? I'm sorry, Mike White is the answer. Wait, am I saying his name right? Mike White, right? Yes. Sorry about that. You think he is the answer at QB?
No, it's one game. We gotta see how he plays the rest of the season. But this is one game, so
Okay.
no, we'll see how he does in this game. This game's gonna be a lot tougher.
Who you like this game?
Vikings.
Okay.
Titans traveling to Philadelphia. Excuse me. Face the 10-1 Eagles. What you got?
I'm gonna take Tennessee.
I knew it. I knew you're gonna take Tennessee. I've been thinking about this game a lot because I really do feel like if Tennessee can actually run the ball, hold the Eagles, and I feel like the Eagles are teeter-tottering a little bit. You can kind of tell where their flaws are coming in, but I'm not picking all the same teams as you, so I'm going to pick the Eagles.
All right.
But I feel like Tennessee may win that game.
Okay.
Speaking of the Broncos, I didn't know they were coming into town.
Yeah.
So let's ride. Let's ride on into Chicken Box Land down to M&T. Tickets as low as $26. I guess that's
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tickets as low as $26.
I have to go to the game tomorrow.
Broncos, Ravens. I'll go first. I'm picking the Ravens.
Same here.
Yeah, I don't think I have the choice now. 1 p.m. What an interesting game. Tickets as low as $26 there as well. But we have the return of that man. Deshaun comes back to Houston with the Browns. His first start back at home. Man, I think the Browns are going to win since the Texans are horrible, but this is just going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I never really wanted to watch a game between a team that's 1-9-1 and one that's 4-7, except for that one. And it'd be like the first time ever. But I'm intrigued. I'm truly intrigued. 1 p.m. we have Washington. Since I forgot to save your game for last because we're in a hurry.
Right.
So now, yeah. Washington on the road again. Going to MetLife to face the Giants. 7-5 Washington, 7-4 New York Football Giants. So you got?
I'll take the Giants at home.
All right. Well, I'm taking Washington since you're taking the Giants. Because next week Washington has their bye week, and then they'll have a home game against the Giants.
And I will be picking Washington tonight.
And then you'll probably pick the Giants. Then I'll pick the Giants. 4 p.m. Seahawks at Rams. I'm picking the Seahawks.
Normally I would pick the Rams just because of the team's history, but the Rams are depleted right now. The Seattle hasn't been playing as well as they were early in the season, but I'm still picking Seattle.
Yeah, I'm picking Seattle. We know Matthew Stafford's on IR. So I don't know who they got back there. It's not Vinny Testaverde. Not Vinny Testaverde. Not God, what's his name? Everett. Chris Everett. No, it's not Everett back there. So I'm picking Seattle. A big time game for the West Coast. You got Chargers at Raiders. 425 in Vegas. Tickets as low as 155. Who you got?
You know what? I think I'm gonna go Las Vegas again for a 2-game.
Well, they're coming off a really good win, but I'm picking the team with the better quarterback. I'm picking the Chargers.
All right.
Another big game. I know you're rooting for the Chiefs in this one. Chiefs at Bengals. That's an exciting game. Can't wait to watch that on Red Zone. Chiefs, Bengals. Who you got?
This is going to be a tough game for the Chiefs, man. I keep going back and forth. You know, if we were talking about covering the spread, I think you take the Bengals and the
spread is 2.5.
Yeah, but I think you take the Bengals with the points, but I think the Chiefs are going to win this game outright.
Oh, okay. I'm you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and pick the Bengals. I'm picking the Bengals. Well, hopefully, I don't know if Mixon is back. If Mixon is back, I'm going to say the Bengals. If he's not, then I think the Chiefs. But
Okay.
I'll just stick with the Bengals.
It's going to be a tough game for Kansas City. I could easily see them. I shouldn't say easily, but I could see them losing this game because the Bengals are on a roll right now. But I think Kansas City could pull it out. But it's going to be tough. So you're taking the Bengals.
I'm taking the Bengals at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati.
Okay.
8:20 game. Colts at Cowboys. Cowboys.
Come on.
Yeah.
I watched that Pittsburgh Indy game last week. Matt Ryan is done. That dude is done. He stinks.
No, what? Not Matt Ryan.
Dude, he's
No.
terrible.
Not Matty
He
Snow.
can't get the ball down the field. He's slow. I don't know what happened to that dude, man.
You know what happened? He got old. He got old. Monday night game, because we're gonna save the big game of the day last. Saints at Bucks. I did. This game sucks. I'm gonna pick in the Buccaneers, even though for some reason Tom has issues beating the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Saints in this one, man.
I just because they got shut out last week. Kamara, you don't even know what the end zone looks like. You keep wanting to start the Red River water pistol.
Yo, the Bucks stink, yo.
You know, whose TCU team blew it this morning. So I'm going to say, Andy Dalton's TCU is going to blow it today or tomorrow or Monday, I should say. So I got the Buccaneers.
All
right. The big game of the day is at 4:05. It is the Miami Dolphins traveling to the coast in Santa Clara to face the 49ers. Tickets is those $99. Dolphins, Niners. Who you got?
I actually got San Francisco 49ers in this one, but this is all a part of what's supposed to happen. This is all a part of the plan because, like I predicted 4 weeks ago, we're going to get a Dolphins San Francisco Super Bowl. And when this happens, everybody thinks the San Fran's going to win because San Fran beat them in the regular season. But not so fast, my friends, because the Dolphins will prevail in the Super Bowl. But
all right, we're not even there yet, but okay. But as part of your foresight, so I understand.
Yes.
All those Back to the Future movies. I don't like, as an NFC guy, as a team that didn't like growing up the 49ers, because we always had rivalries with them because of the playoffs and all this other stuff. I don't like picking the 49ers. I really don't. Again, this is another East-West thing. I feel like everybody's expecting the Dolphins to lose. They can't win every game. No, because it's a hard game. People are expecting like Tua to struggle, or this is like a litmus test for Tua, so to speak. And I think they're going to perform well. I really do. I just think the difference is Miami is on the road. It's a late game. I think San Francisco have the home field advantage. Come down to maybe a field goal, but I'm going to pick the 49ers.
I still think, look, me picking the Dolphins to lose doesn't mean they're not going to perform well. I think it's going to be a close.
But what I'm saying is I think people were saying that, not you.
Oh, okay.
No, I think people just like, this is the game they're going to struggle. And, McDaniel has a plan. That's his former team. He should know he should have a plan against them. And that's another thing, too. That's McDaniel's former team going out there. So I'm sure he knows what Shanahan's running.
Well, everybody has a plan in the
until
world.
they get punched in the face.
Until they get punched in the face. Where's a great philosopher, Mike Tyson? But
and he's a great philosopher.
Yeah, he really is.
Yes, indubitably, yes.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'll rip your heart out. I'll eat your children. Yeah.
Eat your kids. I'll eat your kids.
Oh man!
And then him and freaking Holyfield coming out with ear snacks. Like, what kind of crazy society are we living in?
That's crazy. So who are you picking, Hurt?
49ers.
Okay. No,
I just think the Dolphins are going to do well, but I just think they're just going to come up short.
Yeah, same here. I think it's going to be a 3-point game in San Fran's favor.
And the Thursday night game on Prime, Raiders at Rams. I got the Raiders.
Man, the Raiders are going to win 3 in a row. Wow.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think the Rams are. Stafford's on IR. He ain't coming back this season. I just think they're done.
Yeah, Cooper's on IR. Aaron Donald's missing games for the first time in his career. It's just.
And next week, a bunch of great games. I cannot wait to discuss next week's schedule. And all this is like rivalry week next week. So basically, it's all divisional games, except for a couple of them, but most of them are all divisional games. So a lot of highlights. My team finally gets a bye week. Next week, Falcons, Bears, Packers, Colts, Saints, and Washington are all on the bye. Next week. So cool. All right, man.
Wait, actually, before we go, I want to give you my DraftKings.
Oh, yeah. Listen, people, if you ever want to get addicted to anything, get the new DraftKings Sportsbook, get the free bets, and just use the free bets, okay? Now, Dan, the guy who's commenting, me, you have all signed up for it. We're going to do a lot tomorrow. Listen, I'm on what's my name on there? If you want to go on there, follow me at Rabbit Wolf, something, rather. I'm logging into it now. It's on your phone. It's on your iPad. It's on your whatever Android stuff Brian uses. You could get on there. I can't even log in. I'm so excited about it. It's just don't use your money. That's all I say. To start, you kind of have to, but
I ain't using my money, man. I like my money too much. I'm just using free money, man. I'm just winning free money.
But like you got to put like $5 in to get like 200.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so do that and then just use the free stuff. But just they have literally every sport everywhere known to humankind. I mean, literally, they have Romania soccer on here. It's a little bit of everything. So it's fun. Just don't use your own money. Enjoy it. But yeah, if you want to follow me on there, I am Rabbit Wolf 76. And follow me, join the group. We'll see what happens.
I'm trying to find my
parlay that you won, right?
Yes. Oh,
yes.
No. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I won last night. So real quick. So I took Giannis to get 30 points, LeBron to get 20 points, LeBron to get 6 assists, and Anthony Davis to get 10 rebounds, right?
Wow.
All those hit. But Anthony Davis literally got the 10th rebound with like 20 seconds left in the game, yo.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I was watching this thing like, come on. So yeah, so those were like maybe 6-1 odds. So
that's cool though. But that's like me losing at people. Me losing for I bet on Portugal for Ronaldo to score, for Bruno Fernandes to get an assist, and all I saw, I was at work. All I saw was a graphic come across that Ronaldo scored, assist by Bruno Fernandes. Dude, I was like, it's on. Then Portugal had to win, and Ronaldo had to just do 3+ shots. That was it. And I know how many shots he usually takes a game. So I'm like, I'm golden. All they got to do is win. Then like halftime came, they took his goal away and gave it to the guy who supposedly assisted on it. I'm like, what happened?
That's crazy.
And dude, go freaking technology.
Yeah.
Just distance head by a hair, like literally.
Yeah.
And I lost money. So
yeah.
But it's
fun. But it's fun, but yeah, you just gotta be careful with it. Like I said, I'm only using free bets. Once my free bets are gone, I'm out. But, yeah.
So, but everybody enjoy. Have a great weekend. NYMD podcast streaming on YouTube. Subscribe and like. Of course, follow me, Rabbit Wolf 76. Be Love something 78. Was it
908?
908. There you go. On there as well. Of course, we're on Facebook, IG, Twitter, and of course, we're on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find us, the NY to MD podcast. Thank you, everybody, for being here and excusing my coughing. I'm better now. Of course, the show's over. Of course, I'm better. And we will talk to you next week. Have a great week.
Peace out, y'all.
Holla for $1. Mine. Troy ain't mine.